So one side's welded on both sides, and I've linished the welds on the inside, so it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. What I'm going to do is just use this as a jig. So in the last one, I knocked a set of these up for myself. A little bit of criticism for not showing a demo of these in use, despite the title saying work holding magnets, and mentioning at the beginning that they're used throughout the channel. So I'm going to give you a demo now on where these come into their own. We're using the bottom frame as a jig. Just make sure they're clean before you use them. And they're only 32mm diameter, but you'd be surprised how much pull these have got. Bit of a check. Right, I'm going to tack that up. Right, so it's all tacked and locked in, so I'm just going to run a few welds around it now and hope it doesn't move too much. So I don't think I'm going to fully weld it. I'll probably run some fillets around these bottom parts and a 1/2 inch stitch here and there. And then I'll move on to the caster wheel mounts for each corner. So yeah, a little excessive for a cart, but I do get carried away. But the next job for this is to finish off the caster mounts. So in case you're wondering why I've tacked it like that, I like to weld into the tack rather than start from the tack. So I run a stitch from there up to that tack, a stitch from there, and so on. So it's just my preference. Right, so do the same on each corner and that's me done. Right, so all the caster brackets are fitted and welded up, so next job is to weld this shelf up. It's just a bit of 1mm I've dropped in, I've notched the corners, so I'm going to flip it over and just space out some tacks and that won't go anywhere. Right, I think after this I'm going to start looking around for a sheet metal folder, or I might look at building one, we'll see. But this is not ideal. I would have preferred to have folded the edges of this sheet and just popped it in. Got to watch it and blow the edge away. Probably just run around with a grinder and take the nipples off later on. But next, so we've got another bit of 1mm sheet, and I'm going to bang that somewhere about there and weld it from the underneath, and little compartment for dropping tools in or what have you. Fantastic. So this is pretty much done, but I did drop the ball in CAD. So as you can see, I've had to remove that shelf I put in at the top, as well as the two cross members, and I completely took my eye off the height of this thing. So a little embarrassing, but that's ready for paint now. I have gone straight through the tops, and they're going to link up with the bottom of the welding positioner, and that's pretty much it. So the next time you see this, it's going to be in paint. Right, so there we go, it's all painted up using an old sponge roller. That's good enough for me. I'm a bit gutted I've had to take those two cross members out and that shelf, but I might come back to that off camera. Ideally all of this should have been 50mm higher. That would have given me plenty of clearance for the top of the welder, which as is I think comes about here. So that was the reason I had to take those out. But so what's next? Right, so my choice of casters are these 6-inch jobs I've used before. They're quite good for the money. They've got a grease nipple there, the front two swivel and the back two are stationary. So these are going to raise the cart up by around 190mm. Right, so I'm not crazy about this colour scheme, but I wanted to keep this the same as the rotary positioner. And now the wheels are on, it's looking a bit iffy. Right, so the cart's pretty much done. So this is the welder I had in mind for this, and as you can see, I really miscalculated the amount of clearance needed. But for what they are quite a big unit over others with the same amperage. Side on, I'm not sure why I made it so tight. So this is the area I was focusing on. I've got a few mil either side to play with, but I just needed enough room to open this door on the welder to swap the wire out. So at least I got that bit right. God, this thing's heavy. I should have weighed this. So now it's on, I'm glad I went for this 50mm. Right, so mods to this in an upcoming video will be removal of the worm gear that I fitted originally. It works but not great, so I'm going to put a proper gearbox on it. This one's got twin shafts, so crank wheel will go on there. That's going to be mounted on that side, and when I remove all the old gear I'll be able to reposition this ground. I'll probably put it on the side there somewhere. That will give me some space on the top here for this. So I've got to figure out how to mount this. This is fully adjustable. However, I assumed I'd get the support tube that goes in there. It would have been another rack and pinion setup. So you can see the pinion there, but there's no tube. So I'm going to have to take that pinion out and put a bit of piping and tighten it up this way. I've also got to plumb in this alloy cast foot pedal. So upcoming video for that lot, for those that are interested. So let me know your thoughts, be as brutal as you like. I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you like the video. Thanks for watching.